You ready?
What are we doing?
Time to learn to ride a motorcycle.
You guys. There's my face. I'm about to learn how to ride a motorcycle. I love motorcycles, and I have always loved motorcycles. And back in the day when Jade was single and dating, speaking about myself in third person, I always end up dating guys with motorcycles. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh wow, Jade had a thing for the bad boys. No, these were all like really nice guys. Like, I've only ever dated really nice guys. I'm only into that.
Just the good boys.
But they all were just really nice guys with motorcycles. Sure enough, I started dating Brett, who also had a motorcycle at the time. And like, we start dating. 3 days later, he sells his motorcycle. He sold his motorcycle before he even ever took me on a motorcycle ride with it.
How rude.
And I was like, oh, yada yada, found something to live for, yada yada, I want to live forever with you, you know, whatever. He sold the motorcycle.
I don't think it was 3 days.
It was really quick.
Maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks in. So 9 years later, here we are.
So the nice thing is, go ahead and turn the key. So this one will actually tell you if you're neutral or not, which is really helpful.
But what about the Prindle?
The Prindle, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
That took me a minute. Don't do anything with the throttle. Don't do anything. Don't do anything with brake. And then, so I want you to just basically walk the bike, and all you're doing is clutch control.
Okay.
And then when you're ready to stop, pull the clutch back in. So nope, no throttle.
I didn't mean to.
Go ahead and put your foot on the ground.
Okay.
And you just need both feet on the ground. You're just gonna walk the bike.
Okay, and just get it to go into third first.
So just very slowly, and you'll feel it start engaging pretty soon. So go ahead and pull it back in. Pull the clutch.
What?
Just so you can feel. Letting it on and off. Go ahead and pull the brake. Okay. Do that a couple more times. Good. And you can feel it kind of grabs, right?
Okay, that was perfect.
Yep.
Okay, this is a lot easier than I was expecting.
Good job. This bike is perfect for her. It's 125cc, so it's like the perfect bike for her. The right size. Good job.
I rode the motorcycle.
You're doing amazing.
It's a lot easier than I thought, and I even shifted into second this last time, and it was no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, once you get going, it wants to stay up like a bike. Like it just.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like terrifying.
Yeah, you're doing great. Clutch in. So you guys already know this. Jade is she has high aptitude at pretty much everything she does. And so the car just burned out right in front of her, like a donut. Very good hand-eye coordination, athleticism, like you name it. So I'm not at all surprised that she picked this up and is now riding circles around the parking lot in literally a minute. That's pretty cool. It's impressive. She's in second, coming straight at me. That's fun. Maybe third. Ding, girl. Oh. Dump the clutch.
I can ride motorcycles. Give me my motorcycle endorsement on my license right now.
That's right.
Fast track it. Ship it to Spain.
Nice.
Yay.
How do you feel?
Great.
Do you feel super successful and awesome and sexy and badass?
I can't decide if I feel awesome or if I feel like all the boys I've dated aren't nearly as cool as I thought
was
they were.
about to ask you that. Yeah, am I way less cool now?
It really wasn't that hard. You're super cool though.
But like a couple notches less now.
Nah, you can never be less cool. You're so cool.
But now you're also cool. That's what it is. Isn't that all of the boys are less cool?
I don't need to look up to you.
It's that you are...
Now it's like a loud...
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I'm not less
5'9".
cool. You are now more cool.
Definitely. You know what's really cool? Going to therapy. That's my transition. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, and we are so glad to be continuing to work with them because what they're doing is really cool. I saw this quote years ago and it stuck with me, and I don't remember it verbatim at all, but I remember the principle, which is just that it's okay to not be thriving in an imperfect world, basically. This world is not what we were evolved to be living in. We've got motorcycles and commuter trains and telecommuting and technology, and there's so many things like living away from your family or in a polluted city. There's so many things that just don't quite match up with how our brains were designed to be. And so it's nice to have somebody to talk to. And BetterHelp makes that easy because they connect you with a therapist, and if that doesn't work out, they connect you with a different therapist. They make it really simple to find somebody that you connect with. So whether it's something simple, whether it's your marriage, whether it's depression, anxiety, work stress, you moved and you're stressed. There's so many things that you can be talking to on there, and that is what they are bringing to you. And not only is it easy to find somebody, it's easy to talk to them because you can use video call, a regular phone call, just messaging from the comfort of your own home or the discomfort of a commuter train. To get started, go to betterhelp.com/Evans. Or when you're signing up on their forums, you can do the drop down to tell them where you heard about them from, click our name, and you will get a special offer on your first month. So go check them out, and thank you so much, BetterHelp, for helping to make people's lives better.
Nice!
That was my clumsiest stop.
Oh, that was beautiful. Good
I
job.
can totally get the hang of this. It's really not so bad.
That's really not bad, huh?
Yeah, I got the shifting down, I got the braking down, but I don't have anything down in succession.
Yeah, you have all the pieces. You have to put them together.
Yeah, and make a sandwich.
Totally.
Sandwich.
Salad. Or sentence.
Sandwich is good.
Biker chick.
Oh,
Nice job.
I did it. Our chapter here in Barcelona, in Spain, is about to come to a close. And
Rapidly coming to an end.
rapidly. And before that happens, we wanted to get the camera out and actually film what this beautiful chapter of life has kind of been like. We've had cameras off
A lot.
most of the time,
Yeah.
except for when we've been working on building the expedition enclosure, which is, if you've been following along, is why we were here in the first place. Well, kind of. That's what we've been
That's
doing.
why we've been staying.
It's been all hands on deck, like long sleeve, epoxy everywhere, ponytails up, like chaos in the best way. And so other than when we've been doing that, the cameras have been off. And behind the scenes, we've been living this gorgeous, awesome life.
Spanish coast life.
It's been beautiful, and we've loved it, and we've loved just kind of being all in and like all focused. But before we go, we do want to share it with you for one, and we also want to document it because it's just been great. So we are in Barcelona, which is just over the bridge outside of Barcelona. It's, I don't know.
It's like a suburb.
And we never planned to be here. This was never the plan. But we got here to drop Aiyana off for the airport. We got here to get fuel for the boat, and we went for a walk. And on that walk,
We'll show you that.
we were gonna go take that walk right now. We went on the walk and we fell so in love. Hola, buenas. So when we got here, we fell in love because this place is great. Okay, here's the thing about living on a boat is that no matter where you are on said boat, you have an oceanfront property. And
If you don't, it's a problem.
oh no. And so the property, our home here, has been this marina. It's gorgeous. It's very nice. It's pretty rolly, so it's not the best ever, but the views are great, and the neighborhood is great. And right next to the marina, we have restaurants, and we have a boardwalk, and we have a beach. Specifically, a nude beach, which wasn't really something we were aware of over the winter when we arrived, but we are quite aware of it now.
So let's go for a walk. We'll show you all about it.
Welcome to a day in a life that we have loved. A gorgeous
A very
chapter.
different life than we expected at all, I think, coming here and being part of this.
So
Loving it.
excited to show you guys. It's just...
often get mojitos, but when I do, this is the best one I've ever had.
That is really good.
That's really good, huh?
We won't pan, but to my right, we've got the Nude beach. To like 2 o'clock, we've just got the regular beach where there's people playing volleyball, wearing clothes, and then
Sometimes.
yeah, sometimes. And then yeah, we've just got this line of restaurants right here. So right now we're getting drinks. It's too early in the evening to get dinner. It's only 6 p.m. Kitchens will open about 8 p.m. and then we can get real food. But for now, we're gonna get a drink before we take you on a walk. The drink will help us be more confident to film in public, which is something we don't like to do. So. This is gonna be a strong espresso. You need to spit. I did the same thing a second ago.
This is like a concentrate, espresso concentrate.
Take it like a shot.
This place isn't skipping on their alcohol or their coffee.
Everything's strong here.
They're just skipping on water.
It's so good though.
It's delicious.
Painfully delicious.
Pretty sure that's the slogan.
Did you just do it like a shot? I sip my pain.
When you live on a boat, everything that you have on the boat is a choice. Because you don't have a ton of space, so you have to really like be particular about what you fill the space with. And me deciding that rollerblades was an essential item was a matter of discussion. And I was not willing to compromise on, well, I guess the compromise would be not having them, and that was not an option.
Sure, I guess we could have had one.
I have had rollerblades in the boat for my rollerblading pleasures for multiple years, and they're my rollerblades. Like, I didn't buy them, they're my old rollerblades, but I'm finally using them while we've been here in Barcelona. Everywhere else we've gone to, there's nowhere to rollerblade because it's sand, which I just imagine that for a second. And a lot of the islands, like the pavement and stuff, isn't super nice, so it wouldn't really be that fun to rollerblade. So now that we've been here, I've fulfilled their purpose, and I've used them quite a lot. Got really into it during the COVID lockdowns, when we were like obviously allowed to go outside and stuff. And I was rollerblading every day with Penny, like miles a day, and it was just super fun.
Jade doesn't want to show that she's not wearing socks.
It was an accident. I forgot to pack my socks. And it's gross. I didn't want anybody to know because I know it'll gross you out.
Also, we charge for that kind of stuff, so.
Oh my gosh. We do not. Please do not sign up for our Patreon expecting that kind of stuff and then be angry with us. It's not there. Or anywhere. Just
Yes, it's no.
Just know these rollerblades are like 20 years old. And
Are they actually?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, these are my mom's or my
Oh, so you've had the same size foot since you were a kid?
No. I have different rollerblades. These are hand-me-downs, and they are still better than new rollerblades. Like,
Don't make them like they used to.
Really don't make things like they used to. They really don't. And these are fabulous. But also they're 20 years old, so like me sweating in them is gross, but not the grossest thing in the world.
They're actually rollerblade brand.
Yeah, they're really nice ones. My mom invested in them.
Let's go rollerblade.
Let's go rollerblade.
And one wheeling. Because I have not had the same rollerblade since I was a child.
Graceful.
Was it not graceful?
It was super graceful. You're so tall now.
Who's taller? Can't flip up the screen.
I can't see it.
I still got you,
Literally.
especially with my head.
Really, the reason we stayed here was because of the boardwalk. We came here, we went on the boardwalk one time, and I fell in love. Like it felt like love at first sight. It felt like love at first sight. when I got here, I'm like, I love it. And I cried. I had so much positive emotion, and I still love it. It's just been amazing. When we came, well, really what it was over the winter time, it was so calm. There was hardly anybody here. The only people that really came to the beach were the locals that live right here. And they would bring their dogs. There were probably 20 dogs a day just running and playing together on the beach. I don't think they're supposed to do that, but it was kind of an unofficial dog park that all the locals
And it was often the
visited.
same dogs, so our dogs
Agreed on.
became dog friends, and we became friends with them and practiced our Spanish and learned our Spanish, and
Yeah,
we would
we-
practice a new word, and
And it was just a really, really good time over the winter. And we kept telling everybody, we love it here. This is such an amazing place. It's so cool that you live here. You must love it. And without a doubt, every single person said, oh, you just wait until the summer. It's completely different. You'll hate it. It's going to be so crowded here. And every time they said that, we said, well, that's really interesting, but like we'll never see it. We're going to leave way before summertime, so we'll never be here in the summer.
I think without fail, we always thought we're 2 weeks out.
We told people, yeah, within the next couple months.
Couple weeks, couple months. Yeah, maybe a month.
Yeah. No, we're still here. We're experiencing the summer crowds now.
Yep.
But we don't hate it. And I was like, yeah, we'll probably hate it. We hate crowds. But we like the energy. We like the vibe. Everybody's just having a good time. And everybody minds their own business and kind of just lets everybody do what they're doing.
We have a decent amount of beach experience, like attending beaches and going to beaches in Hawaii and Bahamas and Florida and all different things. And this is really our first time. This is really our first time being at crowded beaches intentionally. Oftentimes before, when we were in Hawaii and things like that, we would go to a different beach, and then in Bahamas we never went to the busy beaches. And now we're here, and this is it. I know probably a common question we're gonna get is, Brett, how did you get so jacked during your time here in Barcelona? This gym right here, there's an outdoor gym, and we've been coming occasionally, not nearly enough, but yeah, this is like an outdoor gym that people come and work out and pull-ups and dips and push-ups, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's almost always has people at it. There's always people out here just working out.
We have worked out there enough to not be out of shape.
Yes, I don't get sore if I go do a bunch of pull-ups. So that's good.
I know what you're thinking. This is possibly the coolest place in the entire world. But I'm gonna tell you something that will let you know that it is, in fact, the best place in the entire world. Because the grocery store, right here, that's our boat.
And our neighbor.
We are not the only ones here at this beach today. It's not packed.
So I actually have a really cool life update for you guys. When we were in Italy, just on that trip, one of our recent videos, a bunch of you commented that you're like, Jade, how are you eating pizza? You're gluten-free, you can't have gluten. Well, first off, Europe is amazing. Everywhere we've been in Europe so far has been awesome for the gluten allergies, especially Italy. Italy had like certified celiac pizzas everywhere, and they were so good. They were so good and amazing. And there's no stigma here, so people aren't rude when you ask for gluten-free. They don't roll their eyes at you like they do in the States, which has been amazing for my anxiety at restaurants. But on the last day, I decided to eat one bite of regular pizza, and the reason why is because all year I haven't gotten sick at all, not even a little bit sick. Like usually I always get microdoses whenever
in the US.
In the US, and I haven't at all. So I've not had any autoimmune symptoms at all from my history of autoimmune stuff. So I'm like, this is really weird. There's no way I haven't been contaminated. There's no way they're that good, right? And so I ate some gluten.
You had one bite of my pizza.
One bite of pizza. It was very stressful. We were both very stressed because one bite of pizza in the States, I would just feel awful. I would feel so sick for weeks, usually. Just pain everywhere, like I had the flu, really bad. I didn't get sick. Like 24 hours later, still not sick. 48 hours later, I'm still not sick. And so I tried a croissant and I didn't get sick. I'm gonna keep my explanation pretty brief because I wanna make an entire video about it. I've been wanting to make an entire video about it for a while, but the thing is
This is brief?
It's really, it is really, really hard to talk about it. Okay, see, this is why I haven't made a video yet. The thing about chronic illness, chronic pain, being sick for years is it's so hard and it's so sensitive, and it's like the emotional toll on it is something you just don't get unless you've been there or been intimately involved with somebody who's been there. And
you don't necessarily have to be intimately involved with them.
I have survivor's guilt. The fact that I was so sick and I know what that's like, and I was part of that community of people, part of the support groups, part of all of that, and it was awful, and like we found solidarity in each other. And then for me to have figured out what made me sick and to get better, I'm like so happy for me and I'm so excited and it's amazing. But at the same time, I feel bad because for a lot of people, they won't find their answer, and I just want to do justice to like what's going on and to the whole thing. What we figured out is that basically when we did the elimination diet in the States, gluten being my trigger was actually a red herring. So I was having these crazy autoimmune things. I was so sick, and then we did the elimination diet. I felt better. We ate bread, and I got really sick again. And so we were able to figure out, oh, okay, so gluten is what's making me sick. But then we get here, and gluten here doesn't make me sick. And some people, it's a sensitivity thing. That's not what it is for me. For me, it's a full-blown autoimmune disease. It's really severe reaction. It would make me sick here too. It's not that the wheat is different, you know what I mean?
If it was
so like,
gluten, you'd be
if
sick
it was
here
gluten, it would be gluten. So it's not gluten, and this whole time we thought it was, but because we thought it was, what I think is going on, the only thing that makes sense is that in the United States, there's like over 20 different things, from pesticides to emulsifiers to conditioning agents, preservatives, fake yeasts, chemicals that are man-made that are illegal in Europe because they have health consequences. And so I think it's got to be one of those things that was making me sick. And so by stopping eating bread products, stopping eating gluten, I was not exposing myself to those things, and so then I wasn't sick. And because I was eating gluten-free, we started shopping at Whole Foods a lot because they have a lot of gluten-free options there, and Whole Foods makes a point to not carry products with a lot of those things as well. So I was able to avoid whatever my trigger was and regain my health, but it was never actually the gluten. So for the last...
This is all theory. We don't know this for certain.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is I went and I visited my family back in January, and I got super sick, even though I only ate gluten-free the whole time. And something triggered me there, and then I come back and never have I been sick here. So it's something that doesn't exist here, something that's illegal here, which is, there's a list. So it's not a narrow option. There's a plethora of things that it could be. That's just in the food of the United States that was killing me. They were gonna have to put me on chemotherapy within the next 5 years. I would already probably be doing chemotherapy according to what my doctor was projecting for how sick I was, because they would have had to just shut down my immune system. It was a horrible reaction, and I'm terribly curious to figure out what it was. But I guess the takeaway is here I am very healthy, and I'm just normal. There's literally nothing wrong with me.
You could just buy the store-made Caesar salad with croutons and baguettes.
I know. It's so simple.
So simple.
And no anxiety, and I just feel healthy like I should feel in my 20s, you know? And I just feel really grateful. And I also feel really guilty because, I don't know, it doesn't seem fair. But also, like, how many other
It wasn't fair before either.
How many millions of people in the United States are having the same autoimmune reactions from the same chemicals that they know are bad for people, which is why they have been made illegal here.
Not just here, other parts of the world too.
Other parts of the world too. Anyway, that's my update.
This is our beach. This is the beach that we've been coming to. We own this beach. It is just a stone's throw from the marina, the grocery store, the restaurant, and it's a happening place. It is also a nude beach.
But only that direction.
Yeah.
Which is why we're filming this direction.
It's not because we are looking that way.
Oh my god. We thought it would be interesting to kind of give our perspective and our experience, like how it's been living right next to a nude beach. The nude beach is what's immediately adjacent to the marina. So that's every single day when we come out, there's dozens, maybe more.
Today's a pretty busy day, actually. As Americans growing up not at the beach, it was a little surprising at first. Now we've been here long enough that it doesn't really faze us. It is just, it's normal, and it's just, it just honestly makes sense. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, there's just no stigma here. And I always imagined like nude beaches would always be older people who are just super confident and they just don't care anymore. They're like, I've made it this far in life, and like, why worry? Why be embarrassed? Why be self-conscious? Whatever.
Which, to be fair, it mostly was in the winter. Those are like the diehard nude beach fans, and they would be there and it was cold. We're wearing jackets and they're out there in nothing.
They're getting the sun.
They're getting it.
They're like living their best life. But now that it's summertime, it's everybody. It's adults, it's children. At any of the showers. Like when people go to wash the sand off, they just strip down and shower, and it makes so much sense. And I feel like it.
And nobody bats an eye. Nobody is staring. No one's making comments. No one's anything. It's just it's just normal.
Having a differentiation between nudity and like sexuality and being sexual, it's just very nice. I like that those aren't melded together here, and it just makes everything a lot more comfortable. And I just don't worry. Like, when we were swimming the other day, we were body surfing, and my top came down, and I like just fixed it, and I didn't even care. In the US, I would have been mortified. I would have been like, oh my gosh, what if somebody saw that? Like, I'm in public. And it just didn't matter, and nobody cared. Nobody probably even noticed or thought anything of it. And I mean,
they probably wondered why you were wearing a top at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody right there just like playing
pickleball or whatever, paddle. Yeah.
I guess our opinion is that we don't mind it, and I actually think it's like kind of a good thing to get rid of those stigmas.
It seems healthier.
It does.
I think that's we've had quite a few conversations about it, and just kind of the culture of dress and sexuality, because it's such a different culture here along those things, and I like it. It feels healthier.
Yeah. Speaking of being covered at the beach, I'm currently covered by
Vagabella?
Yeah, this is Vagabella. Elena's company, they sent it out for me, and it's so cute. Angle it so they can see it. It's really fun and spunky. I don't think I would have picked the pattern for myself because I'm not bold, but I actually love it, and I feel like spunky, I guess, in it, and it fits great.
Yeah.
10 for 10, recommend. 5 stars.
I mean, we've definitely been here longer than we initially had planned, and that's because we got here and we really liked it, and we weren't desperate to leave, and so we just kind of stayed. We enjoyed it. We had everything we needed. It was comfortable. It was fun. They're friendly. With that said, we are ready to get going. Time to get moving. Time to get sailing again. Time to get exploring. Eva definitely is hurting for having been sitting so long. So we gonna have to brush off cobwebs and grease some things and debarnacle some things. Yeah, time to get going.
Tomorrow we sail.
And tomorrow we sail. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you subscribe, and we will see you in the next video sailing.
Water.